hey, is somebody making you feel some way that you don't want to feel? Well, that's happening all over the social media because of one very simple fact, that free speech is now free, and there is a lot of democracy involved, and we can see the irony of this kind of democracy. I'm not saying that democracy is bad. I'm saying that some people don't have the level of maturity to be able to appreciate democracy the way it is. Take, for example, somebody buying a bag, a luxury bag from Charles & Keith that's worth only $80. And let's suppose she calls it a luxury bag. The rest of the internet is likely to slam her for being a country bumpkin or somebody who doesn't understand what branding is all about. But who cares, right? I think what's important is the individual who's making a point is practicing making a point, and you shouldn't stop simply because somebody comes at you. I mean, look, on this channel, some of you may have seen me several years back where people would have called me a chink, called me an idiot, utilized vulgarities and profanities on me, but I don't get fazed. For one thing, I don't really know who those people are. Secondly, I just treat it as a mark of getting out there, people actually know what's going on. Of course, will you want to invite those comments? Probably not. And if it is something that you are doing that's not particularly clever or not particularly helpful, you're likely to get into some trouble by utilizing some but if you are the one who's inviting it, then maybe that's just some feedback, right? So what you want to do is to learn how to ignore the masses. So ignoring the masses is sort of counterintuitive as well. I thought about it quite a fair bit. Whenever I'm sitting in front of a group of people, I want to solicit their advice and their feedback, and I find that that's helpful because it puts me into a different perspective. And look, maybe I don't get good or useful perspectives, but I'm likely, if I'm able to put myself out there and be someone who's so present and so good as a listener to that feedback, I might get different opportunities that come out of it. So I want to bring this up because if you're being affected negatively by some random person on the internet, maybe it's time for you to ignore it. But then if you are receiving consistent feedback, and some of them are nasty, some of them are nice, chances are that feedback is worth taking. Again, the world does not revolve around social media. There are other groups of people who know you better and understand you better. Maybe that's the best way for you to make a gauge in terms of your own personal character. Social media, YouTube, wherever it is that you go, these places are here for a reason. They're here to help you to reach out to more people. And in my take, I believe that YouTube is a very powerful force for democratizing many things, including access. If you don't have access to certain things and you need them, that's going to be really helpful, right? If, let's say, the platform is available to give it to you for free. So YouTube exactly does that. It democratizes information. You can get this information absolutely free. But at the same time, you have to use it. You need to be able to develop a mindset that enables you rather than disables you. And whenever you encounter a disabling mindset, you've got to check yourself. Not the platform, not the people who are criticizing you or giving you a bad time. All you need to do is take a look within yourself and ask yourself, number one, am I compassionate towards myself? Number two, am I self-critical? And do I criticize others? Because if you do, then you've got to change that. Number three, is there a better way forward? Do I have more choices? Can I actually move forward on this? So my take is this. If you find that you are self-compassionate, you're very much more likely to be better grounded, in spite of the fact you might feel uncomfortable, maybe a little bit anxious, but it gives you a sense of grounding. It gives you a sense that no matter what it is that you do, there's a certain percentage of people whom just won't understand you until you get a chance to have a real face-to-face conversation with them. Secondly, if you are already critical, you need to make some kinds of changes, because criticism, especially very visceral, very negative criticism, is very likely to also inflame other people. So if you started the fire and it inflames other people, well, that's probably the reason why the entire fire broke out into this unstoppable rage in the first place. So take a look at yourself, be kind to yourself, find a way to improve yourself every single step that you take. This way, as you progress, you may not make quantum leaps at every single step, but you may be able to take the perfect direction even though they're small steps, and those small steps will accumulate and make you a better person nonetheless. At the end of the day, does what happens on social media matter? Well, we tend to be a little bit fickle, isn't it? If it works in our favor, oh yes, it matters. If it doesn't work in our favor, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, I'm here to tell you that whichever case you lean towards, you're still accepted on this channel, alright? So it doesn't matter whether you believe it or don't believe it. All I can say is that it's just a mirror. Use it as a mirror to guide you, to help you to understand yourself a little bit better, to gain some self-awareness, to get a sense of what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you, what gives you a heightened state, what doesn't give you a heightened state, what helps you to move forward and progress, what doesn't help you to move forward and progress. Both voices can be valuable. So don't discard them or discard all of them. It doesn't matter. What's most important is that you're well, you can contribute, and there's something that you can do to leave a mark on society today, so that such things are probably going to become a thing of the past once society has reached a certain level of maturity. So go out there, do what you think is right, but also educate yourself with the best ways that can be right. And then once you put out something valuable, life-enhancing, mind-bending in society, they will tend to listen to you. So if you like this video, please click the like and the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon for subsequent videos that I will create on a daily basis. I'm doing my best to up the quality of the content and the quality of my train of thought as well. So if you got any suggestions or feedback for me, feel free to drop it in the comments and I'll take a look at it. For now, all I want to say is elevate yourself from that level of suffering by shifting your perspectives. And hopefully some of these videos will be able to do that too, so that you can take actions for abundance.